as an indicator of language achievement. And my instructor is Dr. Teresa Shi. The author of this study is Ali Mohammed, and it is from International Journal of Language Studies. Here's the table of contents. First, introduction, literature review, methodology, results and discussion, and finally, conclusion. First, introduction. Among the reflectors studied by researchers, personality is a learner variable that has been associated with success in language learning acquisition. The main aim of most of the works done on learner variables was to explain why some learners were more successful than the others in second language learning. And literature review. This is the picture of accents personality types. As you can see, it can be divided into 3 parts. First, introversion, extroversion part, scale, and neuroticism scale, and the third one, psychotic scale. Here are the definition of 4 different psychotic factors. Sanguine means someone who is confidently optimistic and cheerful. And phlegmatic means someone who is undemonstrative man. And choleric is someone who easily moves to anger. And melancholic is characterized by sadness. Temperament is that aspect of our personality that is genetically based, inborn there from birth or even before. And that does not mean that temperament theory rules out the role of environment. Rather, temperament theory does not focus on environment. As early as the 1980s, Stern noticed that extroverts are dominant in obtaining communication skills, so they can achieve more talk opportunities. Whereas introverts are better language learners because of their analytic and systematic orientation. John concluded that extroverts learn a second language more easily because they are more risk-taking. They are not afraid of embarrassing themselves by speaking incorrectly or by not being able to speak at all. So they do not miss the opportunities that can help their learning. Third part, methodology. In this study, 139 Tehran University students from international campus were the participants. And the research site was in Iran. The time started from September 2010, but the researcher didn't mention the end time. And there were 3 instruments, which are UT proficiency test, and it is also called U-test, IELTS speaking cards, and accent personality test. And I'm going to tell you what U-test is. The U-test is a TOEFL-like proficiency test which consists of 100 items, and it is developed by the University of Tehran. And the content included 20 written expression items, 15 structure items, 15 word study items, 15 word recognition vocabulary items, 15 word production vocabulary items, 10 short context passage items, and 10 reading comprehension items. Here I'm going to show you one example of structure items. When the conference, the answer is B. When did it order?
Say sorry to everyone.
Sorry, everyone.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So the answer is B. When did the doctor attend the conference? And IELTS speaking test card. It is a standardized test with a high enough reliability index. And here's an example. Describe a classmate or colleague you often meet. You should say where you usually meet, when you first met, what topics you usually talk about, and say why you often meet. And the third instrument, essay personality test. The version of the test used in this study consists of 57 yes/no questions. And there are 24 neuroticism items, 24 extroversion items, and 9 lie detection items. Results and discussion. This is the table of multivariate test. The p-value was less than 0.01. It was concluded that there was a statistically significant effect for time. And as figure 2 indicates, the sanguine group showed a greater gain in spoken performance than any of the other groups. It is Pearson's correlation coefficients between extroversion, introversion, and 6 factors. The mean changes for the temperament groups was mathematically large. For example, the pre-test mean was 33, while the post-test mean was 80 for the sanguine group. And as this table shows, the p-value for treatment was statistically significant. Therefore, it was concluded that the main effect for group was significant. Discussions. The sanguine and the choleric group outperformed the other groups. The sanguine group had the best results. And extroverts appear to be better language learners than introverts. Third, it seems that such individual characteristics as being carefree, talkative, easygoing, sociable are conducive to language learning. Conclusion. The study found that extroverts had an advantage over introverts in their achievement, especially in speaking classes. In this study, the number of participants is not that promising, which means the author could have more participants.
So how many in this study?
139.
139
It's not enough.
Okay.
And moreover, the people studied in this research belong to the intermediate proficiency group. So the researcher cannot be sure if the same results will be found in a study that involves beginners or advanced learners of English. And this is my own research plan. First, I will find the participants for pilot study, and I hope I can do the pilot study in October. And I will give out the questionnaire in December, and also I will have the questionnaire back in December too. And I hope I can analyze the data in January and get the results. Finally, I can have the proposal defense. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.